Instant match reaction. Manchester United 1, Everton 1 at Old Trafford. What a performance by Everton that was today. Do you know, if I could describe that performance with one word, it would be pride. In fact, I'd use two words: immensely proud of Everton today. What a performance by the Blues. Turned up, fought, battled, showed that desire, showed that passion, showed that intensity, got in the face of Manchester United, didn't back down from any challenges, didn't back down when they were getting in the face of the referee and trying to, sway the referee's decisions left, right and centre. We got up, we fought, we battled, and we didn't just deserve a point. We deserved the 3 points today. I said it before on Twitter and I'll say it again. If Everton had a full-strength side out today, i.e. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison, James Coleman, we win that game comfortably, and nobody will be able to convince me otherwise, because we were much the better side for the entirety of the 90 minutes. We knew we were going to get chances today. We knew Manchester United would give us room to create opportunities. They've done it to every side they've faced this season. They've given teams chances to create, and that's exactly what we got in that first half. We were creating chances left, right and centre, getting forward, throwing the ball in the box. Okay, we didn't have many clear-cut chances, and David De Gea didn't have an awful lot to do, but we were showing that we had intent on the attack. Anthony Gordon getting on that left-hand side, thought he was brilliant today. Fought, battled, but also throwing balls into the box, trying to create chances. Andros Townsend on the right, very similarly, getting down that right-hand side, throwing balls into the box. Solomon Rondon had a couple of chances early on where he can't just wrap his feet around the shot, and, the Man United defenders get a block him. But you could see even early in the first half that we were getting those opportunities, we were creating chances, we were getting forward, and we were giving Manchester United something to think about. And obviously once they score the first goal, Anthony Martial, who gets his annual goal against Everton, is anybody surprised that Anthony Martial scored today? Because I certainly aren't, because I'm certainly not, because he scores every time he plays against us. It was a vital moment in the game, that not only because we went 1-0 down, not only because we'd conceded and we'd had all of these, opportunities getting forward and showing, our intent getting forward beforehand, but it was a really, really important period in the game for Everton to sort of drop and assess the situation and sort of look at the game and go, right, okay, we're 1-0 down. What we don't want to do now is let our heads drop and go and let them get a second and a third and completely run away with the game. And that was always my worry. My worry today was always going to be, what do we do if we go 1-0 down? How do we react if we go a goal down? And obviously we went a goal down just before half-time. The manager gets them in, obviously has an absolutely unbelievable half-time team talk. We come out for the second half, and again, exactly like we were in the first half, getting forward, getting in their faces, throwing tackles in, not allowing them any room, going forward. Okay, the goal, is avoidable. I think Ben Godfrey sort of gets a little bit too caught up with trying to block, Bruno Fernandes, and him and Yerry Mina are sort of in the same place at the same time. And then obviously Anthony Martial is on his own. It does take a deflection. I originally thought Jordan Pickford should do better, but it does take a deflection that takes it away from Jordan Pickford. And, you were sort of thinking, right, how do we react now? It's all good reacting against Burnley when you go a goal down. It's all good reacting against, Southampton on the opening day of the season, both at Goodison Park. How do we react against Manchester United at Old Trafford with a clearly weakened side when we've gone 1-0 down? It was always going to be an uphill battle. But you know what? As I said at the start of the video, I am immensely proud of each and every player that put that blue shirt on today. Abdoulaye Doucouré, unbelievable, mate. Absolute machine, that fella. Rafa Benitez spoke about him in midweek regarding, what's different, why has he changed? And he basically said, I've told him that if he wants to get forward. The fella is like a completely different animal now. He is absolutely imperative to this Everton team. Arguably the first name on the team sheet. There's a lot of players that are arguably the first name on the team sheet. Alan, Abdoulaye Doucouré, Damari Gray, Andros Townsend. You can take your pick, really. But Abdoulaye Doucouré today, getting forward, bursting into the box. Nobody can cope with his physicality. Manchester United's midfield couldn't get anywhere near him for the entirety of the game. Nowhere near him. Andros Townsend, again, working his arse off, battling, fighting, showing his desire, showing his passion. That fella come in for nothing. Nothing, mate. He was free. Whatever this is here, this pen thing cost more than Andros Townsend. He was free. He scored another goal today. We'll talk about the goal in a moment. Damari Gray. Oh my God, mate. Damari Gray. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable footballer. Showing his fight, showing his battle, showing his, showing the desire, the commitment, the want, the drive to play for Everton Football Club. And it was all against us today. The odds were stacked up against us. We were coming into this game without our two strikers, with Solomon Rondon, who of course has played a ridiculous amount of football recently and very clearly isn't fit with again, Ben Godfrey playing at right back, which isn't ideal. Even, like I said, Damari Gray, Andros Townsend, Abdoulaye Doucouré, Alan, all played a ridiculous amount of football recently. You've got Manchester United with Cristiano Ronaldo, Jadon Sancho, Paul Pogba, all on the bench. The starting 11, Edison Cavani, Mason Greenwood, Anthony Martial, Scott McTominay, these ridiculous quality of players, a squad that Everton could only dream of having anywhere near the quality that they have in their squad as a whole. And yet, we were the much better side for the entirety of the game. And as I said, nobody can convince me otherwise. With a full-strength team, we win that game. In fact, we win it comfortably. And we very nearly and should have won it at the end of the game if only Tom Davies puts his foot through the opportunity that he had. But look, again, I'm not going to put too much blame on Tom for that, because I think it was a very clear show of his lack of confidence. A very clear show of his lack of confidence. But let's talk about the equaliser. Damari Gray comes from a Manchester United corner, I believe, counter-attack. Damari Gray does unbelievably well. He literally just absolutely out-battles about 4 Manchester United players. I don't know who it was, but they were embarrassed. They were absolutely embarrassed by him. He uses his strength, he uses his pace, he uses his dribbling ability to get forward, knocks one, and I think he's still sat on the floor now, to be honest with you. Gets forward, plays a lovely ball to Abdoulaye Doucouré. Let's not look over Abdoulaye Doucouré's role in this goal, because it's easy to look at it and go, Damari Gray does brilliantly, Doucouré just passes it on, and Townsend, scores. But Abdoulaye Doucouré does immensely well as well, because what he does is picks the ball up, drives with it, but at the same time as driving, he cuts inside. So he completely takes the 2 Manchester United defenders that are trying to, push him forward as if he was going to come on the outside. He takes them out the game by cutting inside, plays a lovely ball to Andros Townsend, and Andros Townsend does what he does, doesn't he? He gets into a good area, he shoots, and as soon as that ball comes off his right foot, his left foot, his head, his arse, his back, doesn't matter where it's coming off, it's going into the back of the net. And it was fully deserved, nothing less than what we deserved there. We deserved to win the game, but getting that equaliser at that point in the game was nothing less than we deserved. We'd constantly gotten forward, we'd caused a threat, we'd caused United issues, and as I said, had we maybe have had a fitter Solomon Rondon on the pitch, never mind Richarlison or Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I think we're 2 up by half-time, personally. Because of the chances that we created in the first half that we should have done better with. But as I said, the equaliser, absolutely unbelievable. Andros Townsend runs off, does the Sue celebration, doesn't he? Cristiano Ronaldo sitting there going, oh my God, he's got an anti-Sue like me. Absolutely madness. And then United started to bring all the big guns on, didn't he? Ronaldo comes on, Sancho comes on, Pogba comes on. Couldn't get anywhere near Everton. Could not get anywhere near Everton. Breaking forward again, Tom Davies comes on at this point. And as I said, look, it'd be very easy for me to sit here and for other Evertonians to sit here and put sole blame on Tom Davies as the reason as to why we didn't win that game. Should he have shot in that moment? Yes, he should have. Let's be honest, I'm not going to sit here and lie. Yes, he should have. It was a great opportunity. He was in a great area. And I think had that have been Andros Townsend, Damari Gray, Abdoulaye Doucouré, Richarlison, maybe even Solomon Rondon, I think they shoot from there. But it was a clear show of the lack of confidence that Tom Davies has. And the last thing we want to do when a player is showing a lack of confidence is get on his back. I just think that's completely wrong. Should he have shot? Yes, he should have, but he didn't. He plays a ball to Yerry Mina, and Yerry Mina is centimetres offside. He taps it in. I've gone mad at this point. I think my bevy's gone flying. I'm on the top of a chair. I'm nearly reduced to tears. I'm going mad because the Toffees, the injury-ridden Toffees, have turned up at Old Trafford and made them look like a Sunday League team. It gets disallowed, rightly so. It was offside, to be fair. And yeah, as I said, it's very, very easy to sit here and go, Tom should have shot. Why didn't Tom shoot? It's this, it's that. But can you believe that we're sitting here after that game? If you'd have said to me today at 11 o'clock this morning when I woke up, and to be honest with you, I did have feelings of just get through this game, Everton. There's an international break after it. Hopefully, we'll come back from the international break. Richarlison will be back, if not back, certainly closer to being back. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, hopefully he'll be back. Seamus Coleman. Just get through this without being embarrassed. If you would have said to me at 11 o'clock that I'd be sitting here at 3 o'clock after the game saying, I'm disappointed we didn't win it, I'd have said, you're talking nonsense, mate. Look at their side, look at their squad, look at ours. But that's exactly the feeling I've got now. I'm disappointed that we didn't win that game. But I can't help but feel an immense, and I mean that that word heavily, an immense amount of pride for this Everton team. It really, really is. And I know some people might like to hear this, but it's reminiscent of those days under David Moyes where we turned up against sides like Manchester United at Old Trafford. And, you know, okay, we mightn't have had as much quality as they have. We mightn't have as much ability as they have. But we fought more than they did. We battled more than they did. We wanted it more than they did. And as I said, on a different day, we walk away with 3 points, not only because of the offside goal or the Davis situation, but the chances that Solomon Rondon had in the first half, the opportunity that Damari Gray had in the second half, which was unlucky. If he didn't slip over and lose his feet in, I think he buries it. So, I just, again, like I said, I was fearing the worst going into that game. I really, really was, because of our injuries, because of their squad, and you look at it and you think, oh my God. But we knew that Manchester United haven't played well this season. They haven't. You know, their performances at Old Trafford have been subpar at best. And yes, they've won games, but they've won games in the 89th minute, the 90th minute. They've won games because teams like Wolves couldn't convert their chances, or West Ham missing a penalty in the last minute. And today it was always about Everton not being another one of those teams. It was always about Everton turning up and not only showing fight, desire and grit, but also taking the chances when we get them. And yes, you could argue we didn't do that in the first half, but obviously, as I said, the goal we scored was immaculate, absolutely immaculate. We should have had a winning in the last minute if he's not a couple of centimetres offside, or Tom Davis rifles it with his own foot. But I'm not going to sit here and have a go at Tom, because I think it's just one of them. If it falls to probably 5 or 6 other players on the pitch, I think we win that game. But it doesn't. It falls to a lad who's a little bit low on confidence at the moment and probably didn't feel ready to shoot or have a go. And some people would say, you're being too soft, Cam, it's not good enough, this, that and the other. But as I said, he still makes a brilliant pass. It's just that he is Yerry Mina's not really timed his run. But I just, again, listen, it's a point at Old Trafford, and when the fixtures come out in July or whenever it is, and you look at this game, and if you'd have said to me in July, right, Cam, Everton go into that game on the same points as Manchester United. Man United have signed Cristiano Ronaldo, they've still got Pogba, they've signed Sancho, they've got this player, that player, this player, and Everton are going into that game without Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison, Seamus Coleman, James Rodriguez is gone. We've got Solomon Rondon up front, and the rest of the side who have played about 4 billion minutes of football in the last 3 days. Would you be happy with the point? I'd snatch your hand off for it. Snatch your hand off for it. Not to mention us being the better side, and as I said, should have won the game. But just immensely proud of this Everton side today. Immensely proud. The fight. That's all we ask. Sometimes you lose games. Had we have lost that game in the last second, I'd be sitting here saying I'm disappointed, I'm gutted, but I wouldn't have a bad word to say about Abdoulaye Doucouré or Alan or Damari Gray or Anthony Gordon or Andros Townsend or Michael Keane, Yerry Mina, Luca Dean. I thought it was amazing today. I wouldn't have a bad word to say about any player in blue, because they battled, they worked hard, and that's all we ask for as Evertonians. We understood going into this game that Manchester United have obviously got a better quality of player, a much bigger, more lucrative squad. Of course they have. But all as we asked for was fight, passion, desire, energy, work rate, battle, want it more than they do, get in the faces. Don't let Bruno Fernandes get in the referee's face. Put him on the floor if you need to. Don't let Cristiano Ronaldo come on and dictate the game. Get in his face, make sure he's got no space. And that's what we did today. And ultimately we've come away with a point, a really, really good point, and a little feeling of disappointment that we haven't got all 3, which is brilliant considering the situation. We've now got a week international break. Hopefully we'll recover. Couple of players are going, but the likes of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Seamus Coleman, Richarlison will hopefully be all back and available after the international break, and we'll have a much better and obviously stronger squad going into that game against West Ham. But as I said, for me, I don't think there's many bad words you can say about the performance. Maybe in regards to the goal, we can see that we could have done a bit better, but I just think we were excellent today. I think we were the much better side, and I just think we were absolutely excellent. And when you go into a game against Manchester United and you've got injuries that we have, and they've got the squad that they've got, and you're sitting here saying should have won that game, and you've been the much better side throughout the entirety of it. Yes, they had the chances. Yes, they threw balls into the box. Yes, they had periods where they looked like they were, a bit more vicious on the attack. But most of the time, we dealt with it really, really well. And yeah, as I said, you take a point all day long you take that point. There you go then. If you've enjoyed this one, please do hit that like button. It does only take a second. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. We'll be back with the player rating, very shortly, so look out for those. Yeah, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below as well. Massive thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon on the Mighty Blues. Cheers for watching. See you after.